Hello everyone. Okay, well it's 2 o'clock, so we'll start. Thank you for joining me. I guess you can hear me and see me okay, can you? Yeah? Okay, jolly good. Thank you also to those who are joining in consciousness and to those of you who are listening to the recording in the now moment. It's a blessing to have you here with us. Okay, before I run through the format of this live, I'll just explain a little bit about the purpose of these live sessions. We're going to be studying extracts from the Heart of Mysticism. And the Heart of Mysticism is a compilation of the letters that Joel Goldsmith sent out to his students from 1954 to 1959. And Acropolis have published them as a collection of 6 volumes. Now, I won't be reading all of the 6 volumes. I'll read extracts from each of them. And also, the purpose of these live streams is to invite Infinite Way practitioners and teachers to join us for discussions and meditations. So we have that to look forward to as well. And on the 3rd Saturday of each month, I will be reading extracts from a spiritual book, a fictional book called The Young Man and the Old Man. Good morning, Glorian. Thank you for joining us. Hi, Crystal. Thank you. Reading extracts from the spiritual book The Young Man and the Old Man, which was written by Vic Smith, and Vic was inspired by Joel Goldsmith's Infinite Way teachings, and he draws on the spiritual principles that Joel shares. And if anyone's interested in that book, I recorded the audio book for Vic, for The Young Man and the Old Man. The details are on the links in the description and on my bio. Also, the purpose of these live streams is simply to join together in meditation, to rest in the silence together, and to share any questions or comments that you may have about the Infinite Way or any aspect of Joel Goldsmith's teachings or the spiritual path. You're welcome to write your comments in, or if you'd prefer to do so privately, you're welcome to email me. My name is Heather, and my email address is mysticalmeditation@yahoo.com. Okay, so let me just talk you through the structure of this live stream. Probably be around 20 minutes because this is our first live stream together. And we'll start with a meditation, short meditation, and then I will be reading extracts from the beginning of Volume 1 of the Heart of Mysticism. Let me just show you. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, if it will be in focus. This is recent edition of the Heart of Mysticism, published by Acropolis, and it's available on Amazon. Acropolis Publishers. And I'll read one extract and then we'll meditate, and depending on whether we have a deluge of questions and comments, I may well read another extract, and then we'll end with a short meditation again and leave the live stream in silence. Okay. If you're new to meditating for a couple of minutes or a few minutes can seem an awfully long time. So I just invite you to be still in any way that has meaning for you. I like to close my eyes when I meditate, but you don't have to. And I suggest that you sit comfortably. You might like to listen to the silence within you, or perhaps feel the light radiating from your heart. Hi Azad, thank you for joining us. Okay, let's be still. At the end of the meditation, I'll say thank you, and then we'll go straight into our first reading from the Heart of Mysticism. Thank you. Okay, let's start with our first reading then. Just take a sip of water. As I say, we're reading extracts from The Heart of Mysticism by Joel Goldsmith. And the introduction is actually written by Joel Goldsmith. So, at the beginning of 1954, I decided to send a monthly letter to all interested and earnest students of the Infinite Way. My work with the letters began over 20 years ago, and my previous book, The Letters, is comprised of a number of them. The idea behind this new series is twofold. It is our contact with each other in God. Second, it is a point of contact between the student and myself. Because of the degree of oneness with the Father, that is my experience, the degree of oneness with you and through you makes for a continuity of contact. Each letter provides the unfolding of specific principles which we may embody in our daily experience. Each one is a lesson in spiritual living. All those who are students of the Infinite Way are already a part of that contact through reading and studying the writings, through hearing the recordings, and attending classwork. And these letters serve as one more link in the chain of conscious oneness between us. Ours is a spiritual relationship, one that is closer than family or social relationships. We are of the household of God because we are in and of the one divine consciousness, which is God, and it voices itself through these letters for the universal good. Hello to those of you who have just joined us. We're reading through the introduction of The Heart of Mysticism, Volume 1. Wherever these letters reach, we find ourselves in one place, in one consciousness, united in the harmony of God's being. We are met together, not only to receive, but to let God's grace flow to each other and to all who come within range of our consciousness. In our classwork, this has been referred to as a layer of God consciousness around the world. Since we know that all discords and inharmonies exist only because we have left God, truth, out of our consciousness, we have also learned that the introduction of God into our consciousness establishes harmony, peace, joy, prosperity, happiness, contentment, peace of mind and soul. In the earlier stages of our study, the more time and effort we give to the activity of truth in our consciousness, the sooner truth itself will take over for us. Then we will no longer have to remember truth or think truth, but we will find that truth now lives our lives for us. Not by might, nor by power, but by my Spirit. This truth comes to us by inspiration from the Father. It is the Word of God unfolded and expressed in human consciousness, and it becomes the law unto our affairs, our bodies, our supply. It is the Word of God which does not return void, but which, through us, becomes the law of love, a blessing and a benediction to all who are in and of our world. Hello to those of you who've just joined us. It is not merely important that the truth we receive change our own lives for the better, but that it becomes the leaven in human consciousness which is to raise the entire world consciousness to the higher level of spiritual existence and realization. The more often the truth becomes active in and through our consciousness, the greater is our individual spiritual unfoldment and development, and the greater the blessing we become to the world at large. Let us therefore give to this sacred work the few months or years necessary to the continuous realization of truth in our consciousness, so that we may enjoy the rest of eternity living by grace. Let our hours of reading and meditation be blessed hours of giving and sharing, and let us be a light to all who reach out to God, regardless of what concept of God they entertain. There is but one God, and whether men reach out to him as God, Christ, Jehovah, Allah, Brahma, Tao, or any other designation, all seek the Father within, the one true God, by any name or method. In the space of 1 year, these monthly letters have been sent into many, many homes in 14 countries throughout the world. Each has been specifically requested, and each day more names are being added to the growing list of those desiring to unite in conscious at-one-ment with God. This book, therefore, is a compilation of the letters which were published in the year 1954, and it is my earnest hope that they may be of spiritual help and guidance to all our students and to other fellow travellers on the spiritual path. Joel S. Goldsmith. Okay, let's pause there for another short meditation. And if anyone has any questions or comments that you'd like to share, then please do send them in. Okay, let's be still. Thank you. You're welcome, Crystal. Thank you for joining us in consciousness. And I'd like to say thank you to those who are also joining us in the silence. I'm receiving messages to say that we have others in the States who are joining us now in the silence. So it's a blessing to have you here with us. And of course, although there appear to be many, we are just one consciousness. Okay, I'll read a short extract from chapter 1 then, from volume 1 of the Heart of Mysticism. I'm starting at the bottom of page 1, and it says, understanding that error, regardless of its form or name, is not power or law, we will meet whatever human sense brings to the world with the realization that it comes only as suggestion or mirage, without power or dominion or control over man or the universe. We will meet lust, greed, mad ambition, stupidity, ignorance, and fear as without form or power, since these do not emanate from the one infinite invisible. We will know that material force in any form is no more powerful or destructive than mental force, since both represent the nothingness of human belief. We will neither hate nor fear error in any form, since we understand all error as the absence of intelligence, law, or power. Regardless of what human conditions present themselves, we will remember that as God was with Moses through 40 years of desert experience, appearing as a cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night, as manna from the sky and water from the rock, as God was with Elijah in the wilderness, appearing as food and protection, as God was with the Master, appearing as food and healing for the multitudes, as life where death seemed to be, as the resurrection where the cross and the tomb seemed so real, so is God with all his children. God appears as unfolding good in spite of any appearance of a selfhood or condition apart from God. As citizens of our nation, we will obey the laws, rules, and regulations set forth by those in authority. We will serve wherever called and to whatever duty assigned to us. And we will remain at our post of duty while remembering that the place where thou standest is holy ground. We will show forth our faith in the might and presence of Spirit by sharing freely what we have or receive. The message of the infinite way can be summed up simply as the Word made flesh, the Spirit or consciousness of God made manifest as the activity, harmony, enrichment, and wholeness of daily living. One thing alone is needful to change the tedium and uncertainty of life to that of free and joyous experiences, both within and without. The grace of God. The activity of the Christ in our consciousness is our sufficiency in all things. Okay, we'll finish there for today and end with a silent meditation. As I've mentioned in other videos and other live streams, Joel liked the expression, the infinite invisible, when he was referring to God. And he liked that expression because you can't conceptualize an infinite invisible. The infinite invisible is our true identity, who and what we really are. So let's rest in that invisible part of ourselves now. Let's be still. Thank you. Thank you.